Hello and welcome to video 3. This is me learning how to use the Elektron Digitone 2 and passing on to you everything I learn as I learn it. And as with video 1, video 2 threw up loads of extra questions and I had a few queries and I did a lot of research. I added some text post recording to video 2 of things that I thought that needed addressing, but I think I need to consolidate everything I've learnt so far. So I'm going to go over a little bit of old ground in this, but not too much, and then we'll go on to some new stuff. In video 1 I said that you had to hold the pattern key down to move from bank to bank with the left and right keys, but that's not true. You simply use the left and right keys to move through the banks, and then once you've got to the bank you want, simply select the pattern you want. The pattern key light goes out then, so you need to press it again if you want to choose a different pattern. You see? So that was something I got wrong in video 1. You don't have to keep holding that pattern key down. The screen has a built-in saver. After I think it's 5 minutes it goes slightly dim, just so you don't get screen burn. And I think it's either after half an hour or an hour, I haven't timed it, it goes completely blank. So don't panic if you come back to your Digitone 2 and find the screen is blank. Just press any button and it'll come up again. It's just to save the screen burn. I'm not sure it would burn in, but it's not a bad thing, is it? Let's talk about this trig record thing that I did in video 2. I've got this pattern, my favourite dissolver, which is great. Now if I hold function and the down arrow key, we've got the trig modes. Let's go to velocity. Now you can see these different velocities and you can record these in. I showed that in video 2, but of course you've got one sound at one pitch. Let's hold function and the up arrow key to the tracks trig mode, which is the normal trig mode, the one that we use more often than not if you like. And let's choose a different sound, this sound here. Supposing I don't want to record this note when I do this, I hold trig and I change the note with encoder A. So if I want to record a D instead, now that's my note. Function, down arrow key, velocity. Now I can record this note here. Now this is going to record on to the same track, so let's just record it in. I need to hold the tempo button, turn the metronome on, turn the pre-roll on, and let's just record a bit here. So that's in. So if we play this pattern, we'll hear a mixture of what I recorded there with the velocity trigs and what was there originally. On these last few bars is what was there originally. So you can record into an actual track using the velocity trigs. Let's lose that by holding function and no. Now that's gone. It's worth pointing out that if you record something at the same time as a trig that's already in there, you will erase that trig. Okay, so that's recording the velocity. And I showed you the re-trigs. Let's talk about the preset pool, because that's really interesting, isn't it? I said in my last video that these are the sounds in the preset pool, and if you're not sure what the preset pool is, let's just come out of this. If we hold the perform button, come down to pool, yes, and these are all sounds that we can rapidly access. They can be sounds in the main set of sounds in the actual machine, or they can be different ones that you loaded in yourself, or some you saved. Anyway, in this particular project there are 44 of them, and you can get to them really quickly if you need to. Now if we come out of that and we come to function and down arrow, come to preset pool. So these, like I said, are the first 16 of those presets in the preset pool. If I hold page and right, it's the next 16, page and right, everything up to sound 44, preset 44. Just come back to the first page. I got a bit confused with this because I saw the word kit and straight away I thought they meant a drum kit, but they don't mean that at all. Elektron, they're talking about a complete set of sounds for the 16 Trigs. So a kit, it's a set of presets, if you like. So not a drum kit, but all sounds, you see? So that was a bit confusing. So with these Trigs up, we can record any of these sounds into one track. So if we just come out of this for a moment, go to normal tracks mode. So let's find a track. Are they all on? Let's have a look. Yes, they're all on, so there's nothing muted. Let's find a track, maybe that one there, track 8, because I'm going to record everything into this track. There doesn't appear to be anything on this track, so that's good. So I can use this track, track 8. All the sounds out of this preset pool that I record will go onto track 8, and I can record lots of different sounds on different Trigs. Right, so I'm going to use these two sounds like I did in the last video, this drum and this hi-hat. So I've got the pre-roll on, I've got the metronome set, so recording on track 8. Right, let's play that back. Now if I come out of this, turn on the grid mode, you'll see where I've recorded. Remember, I'm on track 8, Sin 8, it's showing there. Right, so I've got my dissolver pattern running. No new bits added, I've erased all those. So if I press the perform key, load kit, yes. Now if I choose any of these and press yes, all the sounds are going to change. So I go to verb, see? Now if I come out of that, I'm not in perform kit mode at the moment, so I pressed function and no to reload in my previous save. Now what you need to do here is to turn perform kit mode on. So function and perform. So perform kit on. Now if I run it and I go to load another kit, yes, yes. I can go to different pattern. You'll hear this in a moment when it changes. It will use all the same sounds, this new pattern. Right, I need to just change that manually because it's going to take too long. Now Lighthouse has now got all those different sounds. It's not particularly pleasant, I know. So to come out of this, I hold function and perform again, and now we've come out of that. So it's only a temporary change. Go back to my initial pattern. Perform kit. Now I can change things here if I want to. Showed you this in the last video. So if I go to filter, if I hold track down, it will do everything. Now I could save this if I wanted to, If I come to that key there and I come down to save, yes, I could save this as a new kit onto 15. That's the first empty one. I'm not going to do that, but I could do if I wanted to. Now remember, I'm in Perform kit at the moment. Change a few more things. Now, to get rid of that, hold function and perform again, and then we're back. Sometimes it needs to get to the end of the entire pattern to change, but more often than not I found it changes straight away. So if you've got perform kit on and you change the sounds, it changes that for all the patterns. Now make sure that you don't do this if you're not in perform kit, because if you do, you can't get back. Let me just show you that. So this is normal. Come up to load, yes, change it. Now, of course, if I press function and perform, that turns perform kit on. So turning it off is not going to help because I've done that without the perform kit on. So I had to use the function and no to get back to my normal sound. If I hadn't have saved this to a temporary save, I might have had to load the entire project back in to get back to my normal set of sounds, my normal kit of sounds if you like. Here's a good thing I learnt. This is called page loop. If we look at this dissolver pattern, it's got 8 pages. I'm going to turn the rec light on, so we're in grid mode. Now if I hold the page button down, the top row is showing me the 8 pages that we have. These lower numbers, 9 to 16, correspond to pages 1 to 8. So if I want to have pages 2 and 3 looping, I hold those down. Now, two, 3 are looping. Now obviously hold page button down, press those again to come out of that. You could have non-contiguous pages looping, so I could have 1 and 16. Get rid of those. Could have pages 5 and 6. And press them again to come out of that. So that's a good little trick. And by the way, once you've set it up, let's just do that again. So I've got 1 and 2 looping. Don't have to have the rec light on anymore. You'll still remember it. And the only thing is you've got to press the rec light on again to come out of that, to press those buttons again. I'm going to start recording my own pattern today. So I've already made a very quick start on this. If I go to project, yes, yes, and the project is Les1, yes. Don't need to save anything here, so no, yes. So it's loading in my blank project that I made. And all I've done here is I've created this project, named it Les1. I haven't given a name to any of the patterns, and I'm on A1 and there's nothing in it at all. Just a little word of warning, when I did my first pattern the other day, I did it in that presets project. I ran into trouble there because a lot of that is locked because it's from the factory, so it's best to make a completely new project, I think. Now if we look at this button here, and if I come over to the pool, you will see that it's empty. I haven't got any sounds in my preset pool, so I would need to load sounds into here if I wanted to use this. Have I got anything in the kit? Yes, I've got the kit, I could load those in, but the pool is empty. See? So I'd need to populate that with sounds, with presets. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm on pattern 1. I've got a tempo of 120. Let's bring that down. Let's press the tempo button and we'll bring the tempo down to 90. Like this. Could have done that by pushing in, but I didn't. So I push in. Okay, 90. Press that again. So we're at 90. We could give this a title. So if I come into project, come down to pattern, yes. Rename, yes. I'll show you something here. If I press the cog wheel, it comes up with suggested names. Educational, that's apt, isn't it? So I'll choose that. I'll say yes. And now this AO one is called educational, but I could have named it, in the normal way. That's fine. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is to find a kick drum for track 1. At the moment, all the tracks are set on this FM tone, just this vanilla FM tone. So at track 1, I want a kick drum. So let's hold function and rotate the level data encoder, and we'll press left arrow and we'll come down to filter, yes, kick, yes, and now with the right arrow we see all of the kick sounds, all the sounds that have got kick in the tags. So I'm going to audition these. I'm going to press the down arrow key. Till I find one I want. It's quite nice. Bass drum gimbal, is that? Now I say yes, and that's loaded into track 1. So I've only got 1 bar at the moment. Let's just leave it on 1 bar for the moment, that's fine. Now if I press the rec light so it's on, and I'm just going to put some trigs in. Let's change that to that. Let's come back to the tempo. We'll change the swing. Yeah, quite like that. So we've got our first actual track, which is this bass drum gimbal sound. So we'll go to track 2 now and we'll find a snare drum. The one I want, I know, is called SD Lavette. So I'm going to press that key there, the perform key, come up to load, yes, come over to the left, come down to filter, yes, and clear that. Okay, now I'm going to come back, going to come down to search, yes, I'm going to tap in the word Lavette. Now I wonder if that's enough. Let's say yes. Yes, it found it. Good. So now I've got that snare sound there. So I've got a kick drum and a snare drum that I like. Now I wonder if I can load those into my pool. See, it's empty at the moment. So right, so I've loaded my kick drum that I liked to slot 1 of my preset pool. Now, got my snare drum up now. Let's come down 1 slot. Good, got my kick drum. Save to here, yes. Yes. Snare is fine, yes. So now, kick drum and snare drum are saved to my preset pool for this project. Right, let's record the snare drum in. We'll just do it in the same way, just put it in the obvious place. Good, that's fine. Hi-hat, track 3. Right, I want a hi-hat called CH Cyber, so I'm going to hold function and the level data. Going to come over to search. Going to clear the search by holding function and no. So search yes. Going to type in the word cyber. That's probably enough. Yes. Yes, there it is up there. That's good. Say yes to load it in. Kick, snare, and we'll load this into our pool, shall we? Right arrow. Save to here, yes. Yes. It's got a tag of hi-hat. Let's put cymbal on there as well, shall we? Right, I need to come up to save. Yes. And now you can see that's got hi-hat and cymbal as a tag. So I've got 3 sounds in my preset pool. Kick drum, snare drum, hi-hat. Come out of that. Now let's use one of my Trig modes to record this. Okay, so I've re-recorded the hi-hats and we'll come out of this, go to normal tracks mode, and now we've got this. We're off to a start. Now we need to save. Let's hold function and yes to save what we've got so far, and also let's come into the project menu. Project, yes. Save project, yes. 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 Now if I go to page and if I make this 64, what it does, it copies that 4 times. So I've now got a 4-bar pattern, all 4 bars are identical. Now we need a bass sound. I happen to know the bass sound I want is called Farah bass. So here we go, function, level data, left arrow, search, we'll clear the search because it was searching for cyber before. So function and no to clear the search. Now we'll press yes and we want Farah. So probably enough, yes. Yes, it's the only one. Yes, now I've saved it to the... You must remember to say yes. So I've got Aeolian mode, which is fine, and I'm going to record this. Here we go. So that's our 4-bar pattern. That's fine. Let's put some reverb on the snare. So run it, effects. Should we put some delay on the bass? Too much. Right, let's put our bass into our pool, shall we? So that's the sound. So pool, yes. Come over. Save to here, yes. Yes. There's a few tags already on this sound. Yes. and now that is in. So we've got our 4 sounds that we've used in our preset pool if we need them in a hurry elsewhere on other patterns. That's a reasonable start, quite happy with that. So I'm going to go to Project. So if you're in the Pattern menu and you want to get back to the project, press No. Come up to Project, yes. Save Project as, yes. Les 1, yes. Yes. So now our project is saved. We know we've only got one pattern because only one is lit. See, none of these are populated, they've all got one sound, but our pattern 1 is this one. So pattern 1 called Indeterminate is there. We can't see the whole name there, but we know it's Indeterminate. Now I pressed Function and Yes then to save the pattern as it is now. So if I mess around with it, change things, I can come back to that. I've made a good start on my first project. I've got a pattern with 4 sounds and I've saved those 4 sounds to the preset pool. I hope you got some benefit from today's lesson. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you want to help me, you could always give me a small donation either here on YouTube or on my website, which is www.daddylongles.com. Thank you very much for watching, and you'll see me in my next video.